A long night, John? Give me a long night. Give me 1 hour plus games all night. Why the hell
give
not?
Give us a 2-hour game to close out with. I mean, later on we're gonna have
Why
Entity, so
not?
who knows? Entity, of course.
Thank you for the shout out, bro. Hashtag ESL Pro Tour. Thank you, bro.
Good luck, Evan. Hashtag ESL Pro Tour as well.
Thank you, Zai. Very, very good. We'll send the money in the mail. TSM. Gonna get wrapped up on. Obviously, Liquid trying to be a little bit cheeky there with the old chat. Not gonna pay off for them, sadly, as the older Titan Spirit gonna just go through absolutely everyone. Not that Whitemon can really do anything with all this damage, but it's there.
30 seconds to battle.
Can run around a little bit. Feels nice with
He
that
can.
move speed. I'm wondering if we see Whitemon do that play where you take the gate across, drop your Spirit, take the gate back, and just watch it run across the map. Could be one way to really win out your lanes. We just never see pros do it, but it's a possibility.
That it certainly is. Whitemon's got the hand up, Zai not feeling like he's in a high five mood. He's gonna leave him be. Meanwhile, towards the south, the disruption is there. Ryle is gonna take a scatter blast to the backside. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade on the boundary runes anyway, so not really too big of a deal. As seems like Whitemon was able to outclick Zai with his fast hands, but 2-for-2 trade, Brawl taking a bit of damage, is pretty much just going to regen all that up anyway. Ari hands him a free tango. Do we have more all chat? Is that what's going on? No, we don't.
No. No all
Anyway.
chat.
Mid lane, Brawl versus Nation. Last time around, it did go in Brawl's favor. Mind you, it was a win to Wyvern versus the Lone Druid, so once you had the curse up, it was quite easy to secure a couple kills by yourself. This time around, with the Snapfire versus Ember, I believe the Snapfire generally actually has the pretty big advantage against the Ember Spirit. But John, how do you feel as though this matchup should go?
Yeah, definitely Snapfire favored. We've seen this all the way back, especially in Southeast Asia. This was something that you'd always see up against the Ember. And it still works that way. It's just that your level 6 isn't as insane now for the Snapfire, with the changes to the self-kisses not being possible. So Brawl should be able to manage if he hits 6, but the ride to 6 is not a great feeling. You lose your Flame Guard, you lose your easy AoE clear on the wave. You can try to outplay with Sleight of Fist, but it's a little bit harder. Especially since Scatterblast doesn't really have too much of a ramp-up time, so your reaction has to be pretty damn quick here.
Top lane, Whitemon. Already starting with the voice lines here from Polaris Eastwards. He will secure first blood here against Zai. Again, Whitemon, he's a bit of an Elder Titan specialist. Just setting up nicely, and of course at level 1 with the actual Spirit, you basically have a free DD rune. And in some sense, if you do go through enough heroes, that's exactly what does happen for Whitemon.
Just have to respect that spacing here. There's not too much Omar can do, although the Blinding Light should be able to give them some spacing away from the Elder Titan. This is giving a lot of room out to Tomato to just freely farm. Yeah, not too much pressure you can expect out from the Doom unless he gets a pretty good creep. The Purge or Mana Burn creep's going to be the big ones to watch out for. And if you can get that for Zai, then it's a pretty stable lane. You've also got some decent Chakra combinations with Doom. At very least, you can keep farming with Chakra Devour, you can keep pressuring down line with Scorched Earth or Infernal Blade plus Chakra. Again, it does take levels for that, and you're already off to a good footing from TSM. Just finding that kill, getting the initial level 2, and already controlling some of the camps here.
Bottom lane, the one lane we haven't talked about yet. You've got Ari and Kasane against Insania and TA2000. Looks like Ari's doing a pretty damn good job of just keeping Insania back, but they do pop the healing ward, so plenty of regen to come here from TA2000. This bottom lane, it does tend to feel a little bit annoying once the Beastmaster has got some levels, but for now, TA2000, with the setup of the disruption, can move in. Spin is going to come out, and Kasane, he knows he's dead. He'll go for the man fight, but there is no running. Especially with the blood grenade that was thrown out by Insania. Definitely no chance for Kasane to get himself out of that.
Yeah, just kind of stuck. Really good entrapment there from Insania. And again, this lane is not the worst for a Beastmaster, also not the best if they do manage to get aggressive like that on top of you. Not too much a Wind Ranger can do to relieve that pressure. A little bit surprised that Kasane does opt for the Axis initially over, say, the Boars. I think the Boars up against Jug is a lot of value, but probably just looking to scale up and farm down the line, maybe clear out some stacks. So you do sacrifice some laning presence up against Jug with this kind of build, but if you can ride through your first 3-4 levels, then you should be fine once you have a value point and the Boars up.
The man with the briefcase, Whitemon, just really giving it to Omar here. Not going to be able to get the kill, but certainly sending a message here to the Keeper of the Light. 1-1 still as bottom lane. Looks like there is some action. Well, was action breaking out. They will retreat again and go for the healing ward here on TA2000 to reset. It's kind of the thing, like every time that Liquid don't try to go for a kill attempt with the disruption and spin, they just get harassed out by the wild axes of Kasane and of course, just the right-click spam of Ahri. Wind Ranger already hitting for 68 damage with all the stats that Ahri does have, because Universal Hero, so they actually can't contest. It's either you go for the kills and farm that way, the creep wave while Kasane is gone, or you just sit back and try to pull the wave. And that's what they're trying to do right now, is just pull the wave back towards the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, that's all you can really do. Once the harassment does fly through from Kasane, it is pretty hard to deal with. With the level 2 axis up, the damage does start to stack up.
Zai. Oh, he's going to try for the deny. Will devour and does get the deny off. Very nice from Zai. We call that killing two birds with one stone, John. Getting the devour plus the deny is always going to feel very, very nice for Zai in a situation where he's guaranteed to die. One unable to secure.
They do at least snipe 2 couriers, so arguably a little bit more gold for the rest of the team, at least coming out with the 2 courier pickups. Not the best feeling in the world missing out on the kill, but again, you have a pretty free Medusa lane coming out here up top. So you don't mind too much. You're still applying enough pressure onto the Doom. This Vanguard timing for Zai going to be thrown off a little bit. And we'll start to get some D-wards off as well to ensure that the camps do stay blocked, to ensure that you don't get that big of a creep for your Zai, but he already has some mana burn creep.
Kisses from Nisha mid lane onto Bryle. Bryle able to TP away. Meanwhile, top lane, Omar again getting quite low, but is going to survive. Yeah, mid lane, you did see the kisses being expended from Nisha to try and go for that early kill prior to the level 6 from Bryle, but he literally just popped TP onto the tier 1 tower and Nisha did not have enough damage.
Yeah, it's just a little bit harder now to use that 6 up against the Ember. At least again, you get a little bit of a reset for Omar, clearing, dying to the creeps while trying to stack. DD is secured here for Bryle though, so he should feel a lot better coming in. Has his 6, no direct kill threat remaining from Nisha now with that 6 up in Bryle. And he can start to apply some pressures. With the Orb of Venom up along with the double damage, there's a lot of output that can come through here from Bryle. It's a little bit scared to deal with. They will at least get the bottle top up for Nisha with a TPN from Omar.
This is how I help you get better.
Here's the TSM, like you look back at, in fact, hold that thought, because bottom lane, spin is out on Kasane. Kasane, he's taking a fair bit of damage from these illusions, but he's going to be able to survive. Playing on the edge a little bit there for Kasane, but he did have the healing Lotus available if he needed it, to be fair to him. Meanwhile, bottom lane, bit of a fight over the 7-minute wisdom runes. Liquid will ensure it does remain protected. They even bring in Nisha just in case Whitemon wanted to play games here. Whitemon will just retreat though, and it is going to be a 1-for-1 on the wisdom runes anyway. So pretty even kind of trade, but Liquid really just prioritizing to ensure that the TSM boys do not get away with two.
Just that high of a priority. I think Liquid has a great understanding as to how much a double wisdom rune take does do for you. Just ensuring it doesn't get too overwhelming here from TSM early on. And for TSM's part, the laning phase coming out pretty damn nice. The slowest lane you have is Kasane's lane off the back of those deaths, but he is starting to stabilize now, especially with the Axis kind of hitting level 3. No stacks for him to clear out though, and a lot of emphasis still up top. Zai's still stuck at 4, about to hit 5 at least, but you have gotten a lot for your Medusa in this lane. Mid.
A bit of a shackle from Ahri, not going to land. He's trying to fight over the 8-minute power rune, and it is going to be a nice illusion there for Nisha. I say nice illusion rune, it's not exactly the rune you really want, but any power rune is good right now for the bottle refill. Bryle will not be able to take one for himself, obviously, as he does move up to the high ground. No real fear of dying here to Nisha. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Kasane getting dived past the tier 1. TP's coming in, but the Omni Slash is going to bounce perfectly for TA2000. Not bouncing on Ahri or Bryle. There's now TA trying to run, does not get the deny. Ahri barely gets it. But that looked real close.
a little bit closer than we'd want it to be. And Kisane, after a very slow start here on the Beastmaster, not going to be feeling great. No stacks to play with his axes. Does at least have that one ancient stack on the right side of the map, but not much more beyond that. So the recovery for our Beastmaster is going to be a lot slower here. And Liquid are at least suppressing that one lane well, giving TA2000 the kind of start he wants. He's going for the Battle Fury, has a free lane. Timing for it shouldn't be too bad. Still lagging behind the Dusa, but that's to be expected with the Dusa's natural farm. And still have some timings to wait out down the line. I think the one thing for Liquid is what they decide to do with Nisha's mid Snapfire. He is queuing up the Atos plus Diffusal, so that could be a solution for your Dusa down the line there. Some quick mana burn with a little Shredder.
2 so far, 1k advantage for TSM. TA2000 getting closer and closer now to the Battle Fury timing of the Jug. Doing a very, very good job of keeping up in terms of farm when you compare to Tomato, who is 700 gold ahead on the Medusa, but is kind of to be expected. Had a very free lane on the Medusa to boot. Whitemon has made life extremely easy here for Tomato at the top lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Nisha going to start on some stacks taking here. Meanwhile, Whitemon still trying to harass out Zai at the top lane. Zai, with that bonus armor from the level 3 Devour, not really as afraid of dying here to Whitemon.
He's got
mid lane,
right
Nisha. I was going to say, Ahri is here now if they want to try and set up for a kill on Nisha, but they don't have any points in the chain. So it would have to be a very nice shackle out from Ahri to try and set up. Instead, it seems like they'll try to just damage the tier 1 mid tower with the siege creep a little bit, but they are going to leave it in the end. Won't stick around.
Yeah, don't want to overextend here. The turnaround potential from the side of Liquid's pretty high. Nisha is inching towards that Atos timing, so his right-click output along with a little bit more hold here is going to be a little bit scary to deal with. You can self-set up for some Kisses plays as well on max range. Diffusal is the more interesting aspect for Nisha, and I'm wondering if that's enough of a counter to a Dusa with Little Shredder plus a Diffusal up. Could be enough, but not entirely sure. It's an interesting one for sure. Even just inhibit into Kisses is pretty damn nice for the hero, and he does use the stats very well. It's a universal type. So all of this build up in Nisha shaping up for good scaling here.
Bottom lane, Tania. Chased down here by Bryle. Kasane going to show up as well. And Bryle should really have the kill. Shackle there. Ahri's still going to get the kill, whether he likes it or not. Does take it on the Wind Ranger, and we'll open up the bottom tier 1 tower a little bit here for TSM as they will pop the focus fire immediately. Not going to take them very long to take this one down. Mid lane, Nisha was doing some great damage onto the mid tier 1, but now the stomp to come out from Whitemon is going to be juked here by Nisha. They won't quite finish the mid tier 1 tower, but they've left it at 141 HP, so not going to take them too long. Just one opening and that tower's gone.
You do have to hand over the power rune onto Bryle. Finds himself a regen. Not the best to be offensive on, but should allow him some sustain to keep poking and prodding in the lane. We're at the point now as well where Tomato is just sitting in the jungle. Does have the Yasha up. I believe he has his ultimate orb flying out as well. So really quick timings on the Dusa. 7.2k net worth, quite a fair bit ahead of everyone else. So trying to
down mid
hit
lane
again.
Omar will be targeted. Blood grenade is going to land here from Whitemon. Omar still rushing towards the T2 tower. Is eventually going to die to the Sleight of Fist. As meanwhile, Ahri goes down bottom lane. Mid lane, the fight still continues now as the Doom has been committed onto Whitemon, but he is going to be able to just walk out. So that Doom was meant to be for Bryle, but he got the Remnant away in time as now the Kisses are flying towards Whitemon. And they will allow Nisha to at least snipe the kill.
Not how I expected today to go.
Takes 2 ults, but you find some punishment coming out here in TSM. Losing 2 heroes like that, pretty big takes for the side of Liquid. Even though it's only on to the sports, you take what you can get. I think your big issue right now for Liquid is how far you've managed to really ignore Tomato. It's a little bit of an issue with him getting all this farm up. Shackle doesn't land, unfortunately. Would have been a nice kill opportunity, but Bryle's still ready to go. I mean, he can just regen back in and still force a fight here.
Top lane, looks like that's where the action's going to break out. But never mind that, because the Radiant Triangle, Insania, gonna go for a disruption. Cookie setup should be there from Nisha, but no. Sleight of Fist Remnant away from Brawl is gonna be enough. Top lane, Waimon gonna get Rod of Atos here by Nisha. Stun is gonna follow up. Push away there with the Hurricane Pike, or rather the Hurricane from Zai, gonna bring him back though. Waimon still gonna be survived because Tomato, he does pop the Stone Gaze, allowing the hero to get out. The Auto Titan is perfectly fine. That top tier 1 tower can be focused now by TSM. He's feeling very, very confident with their Medusa front line.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Liquid, they will not respond to this.
Oh.
Mid lane. Bryle, we actually missed the chains onto Nisha. Did not reach the snap fire, so Nisha almost in danger, but not quite. He's fine.
Yeah, does have the backup anyway with the mid-tier one still standing. Bryle looking to be a little bit cheeky here. No detection from the side of Liquid.
They're gonna find Omar, but Nisha is still around with the Rod of Atos into the Cookie stun. The Elder Titan Stomp gonna save the day here for Bryle. There was no follow-up damage to come out from Liquid.
This is still space for Liquid, huh? All these fights for the side of TSM going in the opposite direction of where TA2000 is farming. So the Jug with the Battle Fury is starting to keep up just a little bit better with the Dusa farm on Tomato. Smoke out from Liquid though, on the hunt.
Liquid, they're gonna find Kasane. It's a beautiful kill to go after. The Beastmaster trapped up. Kisses immediate from Nisha. No messing around as Kasane does pop the Roar onto Omar, but there was no TPs incoming from TSM to punish. So they are gonna lose their Beastmaster for free. Zinsania is still on the run. Ari will provide vision with the power shot.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Shackle eventually should come out here from Ari, but disruption is there on Insania, who's buying a lot of time for his team. But there you go, Shackle eventually there, and Insania will finally die. There's mid lane, Nisha caught by an Echo Stomp, but it's not going to amount to much. They won't dive in.
They find a nice shield rune though. Bryle can start to dive in further. Earth Splitter just still ready. Just one piece of setup and they can burst someone down here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Remnants forward. Nisha, chains out onto both here from Bryle. Stomp gonna come in. Nisha does connect on him. The Snapfire in big trouble is gonna go down. It's immediate TPs out here from Liquid. Trying to get some kind of punishment the way of TSM. Disruption was on Whitemon. Now the Soulbind to come as TA2000 will break the gap with the Omni. At least finding something for their trouble. But it is still a pretty big win for TSM, finding the mid for a support. Liquid, they'll just take what they can get for now and just back their way out of here.
Really good reads coming out from TSM though. They've managed to take out all the tier 1 towers themselves. They still hold onto their mid. Their item timing for Kasane, who had a rough lane, is still on point. But the drums are up. Going into the pipe next for some help up against some magic damage coming out here from the side of Team Liquid. You're still getting a lot of room out for Tomato. That last fight, again, paying off quite nicely with that mid-tower take as well. And they're just buying more time for Tomato to become a massive issue. Butterflies coming out with no contestation. And the death of Whitemon not really mattering too much in the bigger scheme of things here for TSM.
Here we go, smoke up. TSM, they'll run towards the south. They're running right into Nisha, in fact. Nisha, unsuspecting of this, will now realize he is completely surrounded. With the shackle set up for Mari, he doesn't stand much of a chance. They'll hand the Pavis over to Nisha, but it does not make the difference. The Hawk Vision from Kasane providing that kill here for TSM. So now they look for a little bit more. Zai towards the south is trying to run towards the base, but Ari is looking to try and cut him off. Zai getting stomped here by Whitemon. The shackle to follow up as well from Ari is available. And Zai cannot make it out. He is down.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Big kills for the side of TSM. Losing the courier though for Tomato is a little bit annoying. That is his quarterstaff for the butterfly. So that full item is going to be stalled for 2 minutes, which is longer than the time it would take him to find all of the gold for the last piece. They stall out that key timing just a little bit here.
Bryle? Bryle! Fine for now. Remnants are on cooldown, mind you.
Dire's middle tower is is under attack.
TSM, in the meantime, leaving Brawl to do work as bottom lane, of course, is being forced in here. The tier 2 tower. Not going to last very long at this rate. Drums of Slom up on Kasane. Going to make life even harder for Liquid. It's Brawl now handing the tips over to Insania for some apparent reason. But there we go. Bottom tier 2 already down. TSM now looking towards the mid tier 2 tower. Zai, sticking around a little bit too long, is going to get roared up by Kasane. No hesitation from the Beastmaster. The disruption from Insania, they're going to buy time. Kasane still trying to fight. Doom is out onto the Beastmaster, but he's just tanking through it. There goes TA2000. He does at least get the Omni off, but it's only one kill going the way of Liquid so far, as TA2000 still running is going to be fine to make it out. The spin allowing him that movement.
Tower is under attack.
TSM, do they really want to stick around for the tier 2 tower? Probably not too long. Not without the Beastmaster.
Yeah, you really do need Kasane around to help you with his push.
Nice shackle, Ari locking down a couple. Ultimately, we'll look to retreat. Liquid standing their ground here in the mid lane. They have got Kasane up now, but he's looking towards the top lane where TA2000 has shown himself. He does not have Roar available though for another 35. So TA2000 should be okay as he does dodge the shackle here with the spin. TSM obviously not looking to take the foot off the gas here. To continue this aggression. Maybe even look towards the top tier 2 tower. For the side of Liquid, there's not really much in the way of stopping TSM right now, it feels.
No, I mean, their team fight is somewhat there whenever Kisses is up, but that's a long cooldown they have to wait for on Nisha. And just a little bit more patience has to come out here. The push can just come through from the side of TSM. And they have everything they need for this team fight here.
Focus fire out, TA2000, he's going to be the target. Spin away. Does get stomped on the tail end of things, but it won't be too much of a big deal.
Tower is under attack.
TSM thinking about going after the Radiant side Tormentor, but we'll start with the tier 2 top tower first. And they'll move to the Tormentor right after that.
Radiant's top tower
Just trying to take absolutely everything away from Liquid. The shards will be there for Ari now. So Gale Force is once again available here for the Wind Ranger. Very annoying spell to have to try and play against.
It's a very big take for these team fights. You also have really good itemization coming out here from Ari. And he's going for the full Lincolns. He's got the Solar Crest up, the stats on this universal type. Does mean Ari still has some output to handle of these engagements, and they're collapsing in with a smoke.
They are. Big pincer maneuver here. Ari is getting caught out for first. He does put the Gale Force down. Shackle was there, not really landing, but now Nisha still proving to be in trouble though. Zai, he got a 3-man stun. It's not going to make the difference for now. Zai is in still just huge trouble. This disruption will save from Insania. Meanwhile, Nisha's still being chased by Bridal. They do at least take down Kasane, and Tomato's gone. He is out of mana. It's Wymon. On the chase here is Liquid, but they will leave him. They already got 3 great targets here on the side of Liquid. That'll be enough. They'll be happy with that.
It's such a big take on Tomato, just in the middle of everyone, and Stone Gaze doesn't do enough to dissuade him, and just melts the magical output. But the Kisses are on top of him, no one being able to cancel that spell, giving Nisha a lot of room to just get the output they needed to melt through that shield. And the side of TSM in a spot of trouble over those losses. I mean, it doesn't quite change the game state, but it does remove a little bit of that lead that Tomato has managed to build up for himself. Again, just no early stoppage on Nisha. Finds a really good position to keep channeling the Kisses. And magic damage is a pretty good solution still to melt Tomato. That Snapfire damage is quite significant with the Kisses up, especially if every single one lands. So Tomato's going to have to watch himself a little bit. They do have Roche control though on TSM, so it's not going to take too long.
So we're going to have a quick pause here from Omar complaining about some lag. But certainly Roshan has begun. TSM, they do have first dibs. Liquid, they do have time to try and react, but just based off the position they're in right now, it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to make it in time for a good fight. I don't think we'll really see the Roshan fight come out here from Liquid. Should be a very free Roche for the side of TSM, and I imagine that should go Tomato's way. Maybe give it to Brawl as well, just depending. The Tomato may feel like it's necessary to provide it to him because he did end up dying last team fight. See, the answers are certainly there against the Medusa here this game from Liquid. I mean, 4K advantage for TSM, but it really is nothing to write home about. 84% win chance, though, is a much bigger stat, I think, here for TSM. It's Liquid sitting at 16% their way.
Yep. It's
Lovely
just
Nisha, always smiling.
It's a little bit harder for the side of Liquid to kind of try to brute force this game until you get more items up on TA2000 and you hit your level spikes here for Nisha. Yeah, this build-up of him with Diffusal and Atos does mean that it's pretty easy to look for a Mortimer Kisses play. The Diffusal down the line with, say, your level 20 talent is interesting. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to really burn through all of a Medusa's mana pool, but it should burn through quite a fair bit. Quite enough that it might be enough to actually overwhelm Tomato if he's not careful. So you have some scaling solutions, you just need some time to build up. The lineup of Liquid does feel better as the game goes on. I think for TSM, you're still relevant with your Tricore. It's really your supports that start to fade away. Like the Elder Titan can start to lose a little bit of its impact, although Natural Order is always effective. The Wind Ranger support definitely starts to lose some of its bite as the game goes on. So those are really the main concerns of TSM as it goes up. I think the initiation, the angles that Liquid can find is a little bit easier, and their output and damage just skyrockets as you scale up. And you could do the same on TSM. Perhaps if Ari gets enough room to basically itemize like a core, and things can still be a little bit scary going into TSM. It's just, when your focal point is all in on Dusa, it just feels like if you have a lot of Dusa answers as the game goes on, it just means your game isn't easy as it scales up. Like, Dusa can still be susceptible to a lot of this mana burn here.
So we still have the pause ongoing. Omar has reconnected, but we'll see if the lag issues have been resolved, and it seems like we are ready to go. Just wait for Liquid to give the go-ahead. And here we go. We're into the game. So Roshan going on TSM. Should have this Roshan for free. You see Liquid not even trying to make their way over. To be absolutely fair to them, it's happening a bit too quickly anyway. Roshan gonna go down. Tomato will take the Aegis himself and the Dusa. And the Twin Gate usage immediately here from TSM to try and head up to the north of the map. Predicting that perhaps Liquid are farming around this area, and they certainly were right against Nisha, but he is walking away. Whitemon trying to move up to get some vision on somebody, but all of Liquid have left the top area. Perhaps Omar could get caught out though. Bryle is there with the chains. The stomp will land as well. Even the power shot from a mile away from Ari. Just in case they needed it.
It's not the biggest loss for Liquid. They don't manage to get rune control. So Bryle again finding another power rune. Been pretty on point from the side of TSM to allow Bryle to get everything he wants. Good pings out towards the south side. Could try to force an engagement. If they collapse onto Nisha, that's a much bigger kill.
They're going to find Insania for now. Insania, pop the Purge. Will avoid the stomp with the disruption. But has been left alone. Insania will go down. His tips are out here from Bryle. We are mid lane, TSM. Setting up for the tier 1 mid tower. No defense to come quite yet from Liquid. A tier 2 tower now officially down for TSM. They're on the hunt once again towards the top lane they go. I believe they did spot out TA2000 for a moment, but he has retreated back to the base. Only one outside of the base right now is really Zai at the top lane, as he's going to make the jump in on Whitemon. Whitemon getting doomed immediately here by Zai. And nobody around to try and help him out. Whitemon is just down. Nice pick off from Zai. And bottom lane, another fight breaking out as Nisha has been jumped on the Snapfire, but he has help incoming. Ari, he's going to cop the Omni slash here from TA2000. And TSM really just splitting up at this top and bottom lane, and they just get punished, the support duo.
Yeah, just maybe trying to find a little bit too much, not respecting that pickoff on the side of Liquid. Again, not the easiest Wind Ranger game to just get away safely with a Wind Run. The Demonic Purge kind of handles you very well and just allows the Omni Slash to come true from TA2000. No issues here at all. Still.
Jump in. Zania, again, going to be the victim here, I think, as he is down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
TSM looking to try and go high ground here with their huge power spike. Tomato just feels like he's just unkillable right now on the Medusa. With this butterfly up, Lincoln's up, Aegis of course is up. No Doom available for Zai. It does make things a little bit more challenging for Liquid as well. As TSM, no hesitation, do go through the bottom lane. We'll get through the tier 3 tower very quickly. Onto the bot racks they go. Nisha unable to really slow them down as they are dragging him back with the Gale Force, but he will be able to cookie away. Insania, he'll purge up Tomato. The illusion's being very annoying here for Tomato, but he is still just fine to walk back towards the bottom racks. Trying to secure those before they do leave, but Tomato running low on mana. Now Zai going to jump in, but a nice shackle going to hold down the Doom. Zai, he will be cooking it away. He won't cop too much damage quite yet as the disruption. It's going to buy Zai more time to get out. Insania just doing so much work on this Shadow Demon, but they are still looking to lose the full bottom racks. Tomato, he might lose his full life, at least the first one. That is the Aegis down, but Braille looking to jump in again. We'll go right onto Nisha, but we'll jump back out of Zai. He is in with the Doom. He found the Medusa with that, but Tomato is just casually walking out. It's TA2000 now with the Omni. We'll jump towards Kasane, finding one. Zai, he's got the Ember. Braille trying to escape, looking to go up to the high ground. Will eventually go down to TA2000. Now the Stone Gaze off the Echo Stop of Wymon, holding two of them down. Nisha's gone. Omar's gone to boot. Liquid still trying to retreat, but TSM move back into the Radiant base. It's TA2000 onto Wymon again with the spin, going to avoid the stomp. Wymon going to try for the TP play, but Zai will cancel. It's TSM. They've seen enough. They've got the bot racks they came for. They will leave and reset. That is whoever is left, to be fair.
Yeah, they get punished a little bit for overextended, but they find some good kills as well. Out from Liquid and trying to hold that tier 3 in the racks. Not quite panning out for the side of Liquid. Again, they've got a couple of solutions for the Medusa. They've got a bunch of diffusals up. TA2000 has his. Nisha's had his for a while. It's just difficult with the double lives on TSM with that Aegis. And we'll go back for their Tormentor and get the free shard out for Whitemon now. And for the side of Liquid, again, this game, it's not out of their hands despite being a racks down. The scaling is what you really want to hit into, and that's really down to Nisha's levels. If this Snapfire can live through these engagements, hit level 20 into 25, then I'm not sure how durable you'll feel on the Medusa. Granted, you'll still need a stable way to pierce through the evasion, and that's where the trouble really lies here for the side of Liquid. Like a Jug can build MKB, a Snapfire doesn't feel as focused on trying to get an MKB out. So it's still going to be hard to try to melt through Tomato, but Omni Slash, even Swift Slash could be a really good solution here from TA2000 by himself. Oh.
Braun's going to jump in. Chains are out. They've caught the keeper of the line. Omar should go down, but Zai is in with the Doom again onto Tomato. That's a great target. Omni Slash is going to fight through, but very unlucky bounces. No, never mind. TA2000, he does get him eventually. Now Wymon's gone. Uh-oh. Suddenly 2 down for TSM. More importantly, Tomato is down himself. And Liquid, they are looking to push through the top lane.
Got the openings. That Medusa kill's the biggest one you could ask for, and with Omni Slash up, again, it's a really good solution to melt through that mana. Nisha again free to just get the kisses off from quite a distance. No one there to stop him. They won't go fully in for the push, but that sets back TSM by a fair bit here.
Ari moving in. Insania getting caught. Gale Force there as well on Nisha. We're all going to come out on the Snapfire, so Nisha's in trouble. Nisha He's going to drop to boot.
Part of the plan.
Nice setup here from Ari.
And all your big spells are down. You don't have the Kisses, you don't have the Omni, so TA2000 can't really join in that fight. And TSM are the ones to punish that overextension from the side of Liquid. Just overstaying their welcome just a little bit there. 17-21, TSM. And still having this 9k lead, still feeling good about where they're going here with Tomato. Going for the full Silver Edge next. So more solutions, more output here on the Dusa. I just always get concerned when TSM does drop a couple of fights like that. It just provides openings for Liquid that it feels like they shouldn't be having with this kind of lead from TSM. Still, Roche in around 10 seconds will see that respawn. Liquid does have good wards down bot on the ramp side of the Twin Gate, so they can see if any move is made for the Roshan. And they should be able to contest at the point it's up. Omni Slash not too far off. Doom already back up on Zai. So they can fight around that pit. We'll look at the D wards at the least. That should signal something's up here for Liquid. Then again, Roche a longer timer, a 2 minutes, so they might make a move maybe a little bit too early if they do feel like something's up.
Well, there's the Ags you talked about earlier, John. Omar 2000, or rather TA 2000, excuse me, does have the Ags up. So Swift Slash now available. We are going to see the 4-man smoke from Liquid. Immediately running towards TSM. TSM may be suspecting something is wrong, but they're going to go for their own smoke now.
Radiant are scanning.
Towards the south of the map they go. They'll hold that little cliff area. Get some wards down. Try to fight underneath their own vision. On TA 2000. He shows himself. His team is quite far away from him at the moment. They are wrapping around the long way through the Roshan pit here, Liquid. But TA 2000 does not get caught. Liquid, both fighting for this Twin Gates area. Wards will be down from Liquid, but they want to try and run because Brawl is chasing them down with the Acceptor. Looks like Insania is the first target. And Insania is still running with the Pavis. He's going to be healed up here by the Coddle. Gale Force going to hold them around the Lotus Paws. Tomato's going to rush in, but it's not quite enough to save them. Liquid have successfully retreated.
We're in a good position
Here we go
still
again.
to contest.
Another smoker. New wards by Liquid. TSM casually just waiting on the Twin Gates high ground. Though Zai just going to jump in, sees Bryle, will go right after the Doom. Bryle's out of the team fight for a while as now the Omni Slash is going to bounce onto Kasane. Kasane is down. TA 2000 jumping in for more. Is going to find the Ember. Bryle is gone. Wymon to be chased to boot. Wymon is down as well. 3 gone for TSM, but they have fought back on Bryle. Omar now being chased by Bryle as he retreats back into the team fight. Omar, he'll be into the graveyard now. No buyback available, but Tomato, he's out of mana. Tomato is down. Uh-oh. TA 2000, he's on a triple kill. And TSM, they have lost 3.
Yeah, this is not good. TSM. Zai, again, finding this opening, jumping in first, popping that Lincoln's, and then instantly getting Doom off. And we talked about these timings on the side of Liquid and the patience it takes to get there. TA 2000 now at level 24. The Swift Slash showing its promise there. Has the Blades Mastery lifesteal as well. So he's always just going to be able to survive through the middle of these fights, getting off the Swift or Omni Slash. Nisha about to hit that level 20. And if you thought that the Medusa melted fast in that last fight, Mike, it's just going to absolutely melt in the next. Once you have that attack damage on your little shredder. Like, Tomato just isn't durable enough. He doesn't have that much stats on hand. Not the biggest mana pool that we've seen out from a Medusa. And he's forced to go for the MKB here as well to deal with TA 2000. So a lot going wrong there for TSM. They've pretty much lost momentum here. They're still 1 racks up, but they're in the danger zone. If Liquid starts to equalize, take out some tier 2s, open up the map more, and then this lineup that just scales, it's hitting that critical timing now. And TSM, and we talked about where this lineup has shortcomings. The scalability of your Wind Ranger as control doesn't keep up. It does stay relevant as damage. And Ari is certainly going that route as well on this Wind Ranger, going for the full MKB, has to crystal this up. But you don't need more damage here for TSM. You need control. You need something like a Hex, perhaps, to come out just to help you handle this game a little bit better.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Liquid. Tier 2 top tower down, looking to go for the Tier 3, perhaps with the Aegis up on TA2000. The Nisha is going to TP down bottom lane. So they're looking at Ari on the Wind Ranger, trying to make sure Ari cannot get back to the base. Here we go, defense is incoming, the TA2000. Actually disrupted here by Insania mid-spin. Insania's already down. Rory's out from TSM. They're surrounding the Jug and TA2000s. He is going to have to lose his first life. Second life available, but they are looking to lock him down as TA2000 pops both Omni Slashes, hoping for the best. It doesn't seem to work though. He'll try for a TP play out with a spin, and he's actually going to make it. Oh my god, he's actually made it.
Just bails out, just fine. Spin TP, no roar to cancel, no control that pierces through that debuff immunity here from the side of TSM. And he's perfectly fine. They do manage to find some good punishment here on the side of TSM. 2 kills, plus the Aegis is gone. They safeguard their high ground as well. So they stay in control. If that high ground fell, that would have been Liquid in control of this match. TSM still have a pretty good shot at coming back in. We saw how fast they do melt once you're on top of these heroes. Like the minus armor, the base armor removal from Whitemon does help manage that Jug. He doesn't have any plus armor, just +5 from the tower, but relying on the stats. So if this Elder Titan's right on top of you, then TA2000 will just get shredded by the physical output of TSM with a Medusa, with a Wind Ranger, and even the Ember on hand here.
Still a very close game. Dota Plus sitting at 83% here for TSM, but Liquid are making it look like the Dota Plus math is looking kind of wrong. This TA2000 now just going to solo a Tormentor on his own. We'll be able to give the free shards over to Nisha.
Radiant are scanning.
38 minutes almost into this game, number 2. Liquid just trying to take it easy for now, get some more farm going on themselves. I appreciate the MKB build up on Ari, by the way, John. It's that classic Wind Ranger build up here for the support Wind Ranger. Why the hell not?
Yep.
MKB now on TA2000, so the evasion of the Medusa not going to be as big of a deal.
They're getting solutions on both sides. Even, I believe, Nisha saving up for his own MKB, almost done with it. Again, he has that level 20 talent spike up. So with the Omni Slash, Swift Slash, and a little Shredder, Tomato is not healthy. He will just die in the middle of all of this. It's not like he's the kind of hero to also go for something like, say, maybe a Ghost Scepter into E-Blade just to stay alive in the middle of these engagements as well. So you don't have a save for Dedusa. Once that commitment does come out with the Omni Slash, outside of just copying the Omni as a team, but not the safest with a Battle Fury up on TA2000 as well. That MKB you talked about fully done on Ari, so he is staying relevant with damage, and they'll try for a smoke play out here on TSM. 1 kill, it's all it takes for them to look for a high ground opportunity. They just need to find a target.
Only 2 buybacks on the map right now, both of them being on Team Liquid. Zai and Omar, the only ones holding buyback gold for now. It's TSM wrapping around TA2000. He's the big target they really want, but they haven't spotted him yet. Disruption from Insania actually going to set up here for TSM, but the spin is there. Kasane was not close enough to go for the raw attempt. That could have been a real big disastrous situation for Team Liquid, but they will get away with it. And now a counter smoke from Liquid. They'll wrap around through the bottom lane. Lines being drawn out through the Radiant jungle. TSM retreating back into the mid lane for themselves as Liquid still marching through the river now. In through the Dire Triangle they'll go. Kasane is going to be very cautious here. Could be a prime opportunity to take down the Beastmaster as they will counter smoke. They'll run right into Tomato. Tomato going to be spotted. Zai popping the Doom early on to himself. Roar is out there from Kasane to hold him down as now the Swift Slash from TA2000. It's going to be all on Ari. They want that Wind Ranger gone. Now jumping on Kasane. It's a perfect bounce from TA2000, but he's looking for a spin TP away, and he might just make it because there's no cancel. So 2 down for the price of 1 so far here for TSM. Can you go high ground off this?
You should be able to. No Doom, no Kisses up. You should, Tomato.
Tomato. Gonna try on Tanisha.
Oh, the mana.
Tanisha. Oh boy, here we go. It's a lot of damage on Tanisha. TA2000 trying to help out. All the mana being drained here by Tomato. Whitemon looking to go down and will. So a bit of a free kill being handed the way of Liquid. And TSM maybe getting a little bit overly excited.
Yeah, all right. The little shredder plus the fusel is more than enough to actually melt your Tomato. So I believe I saw that Effie was one talking about this. It does work. Tomato is again not having the best of time as a core here. You've got basically 2 heroes that just focus on melting you down. Omni and Swift Slash do a lot of work. Little shredder now is a concern. No saves from the side of TSM to give Tomato some space to breed. Not a simple game to close out as a Dusa here. And with Liquid kind of forcing that movement out, and TSM, again, not able to go high ground. We'll have to wait for that next Roshan. If it's a quick timer, it should spawn down south during daytime. So you might be able to get that going for yourself here on TSM. Looks like they'll aim for the Tormentor first and get themselves a nice impactful shard. Already having 2 support shards. A Beastmaster shard would be nice. Tomato does pick it up instead, which is also fine. Just extra mana coming through with the cold-blooded Mystic Snake coming out. Not the worst thing in the world. Still Liquid having a good read once more, knowing that Roche is the next focal point already setting up here. And TSM, we've seen them in this situation trying to smoke into Roche down south. It hasn't felt great across these 2 games, Mike. They'll have to try to find success here, though.
They will. Roshan, 2 minutes, 10 seconds away, still a while away from respawning. Oh, Brawl, if he could go just towards the west, he'd find a nice double damage rune for himself. So Brawl gonna have a double damage before the team fight even starts here. We'll leave the bottle, so wanting to hand it over to Tomato. Liquid just gonna hold position in the Roshan pit, but they don't realize they are being watched by the Hawk of Kasane. That's the beauty of TSM. They always have the vision over the Roshan pit with these Hawks coming out. There's your smoke up. Now with the double damage available in that bottle for Tomato, they want to take the fight early. Roshan's still a minute 20 away from spawning. Is now Liquid. They're going to pop a 5-man smoke. They'll hold on to that twin gate high ground. TSM moving in. Whitemon on the front line. TA2000 going to have his smoke broken. They'll slide a fist to see it. There's your Swift Slash coming out. Into the Omni Slash now. Whitemon's taking the brunt of the damage. Meanwhile, Kasane, he's been doomed up. But Zai is dropping very, very low on HP and Zai is gone. Spryle rushing forward now. Wants Insania. The Shadow Demon with the disruption. He's going to be fine, but not for long. Tomato takes him out. There's another Shackle holding down TA2000. He's still trying to fight back, but Tomato's got a DD rune. Can he really get it done? There's another Swift Slash coming out. TA2000. Oh, he's got him. He has got him. Tomato could not survive through it. He'll have to buy back. TA2000 still trying. But it seems like TSM need to retreat. Bryle is going to go to the Rod of Atos. Nisha locking him down. Ari in trouble again. TA2000 just an absolute menace this game as he's got a number. Tomato might die back here on the Medusa, trying to find Nisha. TA2000, he'll ignore him. He wants Kasane on the Beastmaster. He might just have him too. Kasane's gone. Tomato, very low on mana already. But does TA want to go for this? It does seem like he will. He'll jump in again. The Swift Slash, the dive back onto Tomato. TA2000. This man, he is an absolute monster.
He is. Just gets straight down to the Dusa. And it's really him and Nisha. Like, what do you do as a Dusa here when you've got Lil Shredder with Diffusal and Omnislash and Swift Slash onto you? You can't do anything. You have no saves. There's nothing that stops that. Maybe a good Lotus Orb timing to try to get yourself doing an Omnislash as well. Probably your only solution there. But it takes a lot of commitments out from the side of Liquid and TSM, but they come out on top. They've got Roche. It will run across the map. So they're going to have to wait a little bit longer, but TSM,
Roshan.
They lose a lot from that.
Roshan being a little bit biased, leaving the pit as TA2000 was taking it. Whitemon does go down. Roshan has left the building. He's up atop Roshan pit now. It's Liquid will start moving their way up towards the top side. Disperser now available on TA2000, so more damage coming out on the Jug. TSM no choice but to watch this go down. At least they will have one more fight at minimum left in them. Tamada, he's going to find a way of dealing with this Juggernaut because TA2000 is just not giving him an inch.
No. He's not finding openings. He just can't survive through the middle of this. This sounds incredibly weird, but you might actually want a Ghost Scepter out on your Dusa. Like, it feels like one of those games. Just, if you see Omni Slash, if you see a Low Shredder popped on, Swift Slash as well, pop the Ghost Scepter. Stay alive. No one has a Nullifier, although to be fair, you do have the Demonic Purge and the full Ags on Insania. Maybe that's a little bit harder to justify. He needs something to save. Right now, there's just nothing. Like, the moment they commit, Dusa just dies. You have no play. Maybe you get a bunch of Force Staffs, force out the Medusa, could be one way, or Wind Waker could be one bet as well. Like, it's just difficult. Tomato, I don't know how you play this. Up against this build-up from Liquid and their draft, you have to get that catch first. You have to roar up the Jug, kill off TA2000 as fast as you can, and then go from there. But even then, TA2000 already has a Lincoln Sphere for himself. So it's even harder to just find that catch onto him. This Jug is your main issue. And your solutions from TSM are quite limited.
They are, Jonathan, that they are. Mid-tier 2 tower now going to be the big target of Team Liquid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'll be frank, John, after this game, I kind of want to just call them Quest. TA2000 and Omar have done that much work here in this series. Here we go again.
Oh my god.
Just look at the net worth of TA2000. Your 41k net worth against a 29k Medusa.
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous.
Zai caught out Kasane with the roar, gonna lock him down so Ari can get the damage with the focus fire. But here's the wraparound. Liquid ready to try and fight. Ari immediate TP away. Insania having a look around, could not get the disruption in time. Kasane, though, he's the bigger target. He'll be left behind on the Beastmaster and should have no way out. They will purge him up, trying to run, no TP available, and here comes Nisha. He's got the damage.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower is under
can't stop
attack.
that. At the least, again, at least you find Zai. That's a dieback coming out with a longer respawn here for Kasane, but you stall out a little bit more. Age is still up for 2 minutes here on TA2000. More than enough time to get something off the map. More than enough time to start thinking about that high ground. Full Ags up for Ari. So he is a little bit more survivable now as well. 50% damage reduction on physical is pretty big up against this lineup of Liquid. So he should be able to do quite a fair bit more, but the dispels on hand again. Insania with the Ags is a bit much to try to deal with here.
Here we go. Tier 3 tower going to be under siege. Kasane not going to be available for this fight, but neither will Zai be for at least another 10 seconds. Zai can always TP in though with the BOT2s. As Nisha in the backside going to be targeted here by Bryle. But he can't commit because TA2000 is the big problem they need to find a way to deal with. They'll lock a nice shackle down. They've got the Jug. TA2000, however, does have the Aegis, so he's not concerned. He'll go after the mid-racks. Bryle is still trying to get the damage up, but does need to remnant. The TSM still trying to find an answer as Swipebot just gets shredded here by Nisha. In we go again. Another shackle onto the Jug. TA2000. He'll move up to the top lane now. Looking for his secondary barracks is Liquid. They can't go for Megas because there are still towers down at the bottom lane, but they can at least get an advantage. Zion forced the BKB and run. Kasane is still 25 seconds away from respawning. It really feels like they need him right now. Even with the White One buyback. This Jug is just not retreating. Not until the job's done. And now it will be done. Off they go. I mean, you tell me, John, what's TSM's avenue back into this game too?
I'm not sure. I don't think the Reducer scales into this matchup all that well. I don't know if Brawl can poke his way to victory here. He at least has an E-Blade, so there is a save on hand. Either you just try to E-Blade Reducer or you E-Blade maybe Nisha in the middle of these fights to prevent even more mana burn from coming through here. But it's a hard game for TSM. It has to be like a pick-off game where you maybe jump TA2000 when he's isolated, get the roar off, and then just clean up and hope the rest of the fight simplifies from there, because the Jug is your main issue, but I would argue even Nisha at this point is pretty hard to manage. I'd say maybe Kasani going for a refresh could be the play. Double roar. Just to have something like that on hand. Hard lockdown. You also see Whitemon kind of going for the side of Vice. So again, just looking to pin these heroes down on the side of Liquid before any of their spells can be used. But this is another long haul game, Mike. You asked for it. Yeah, we're getting it. One more 1-hour game here.
I heckin' love 1-hour games, John. The TSM 5-man smoke. They don't seem to want to see a 1-hour game here as they do start to push in through the mid-wave. You need to find some pickoffs before a 5v5 engagement. It's too hard to take them on 5v5. This Jug is just way too far ahead. TA2000 currently holding 8.2k net worth just in the bank account, just 8.2k worth of gold whenever he needs it. His buyback does cost about 5k to be fair, so it's probably good he holds onto that much. Still a while away for the next Roshan to respawn. So both sides just going to take their time. Arcane Rune top lane trying to be taken here by the side of Liquid.
That's nice.
Tomato was heading that way, but decides better of it. Just way too risky.
Yeah. You have good vision anyway from the side of Liquid to kind of control that rune spot. TSM has it down south. The wards of TSM just focused on playing defensive around their triangle, a little bit in that ward entrance, the jungle entrance as well near their high ground. Liquid off for a smoke. And this Jug can get even scarier once you have the gold for a full moon shard to consume. And Jug, one of the heroes with the lowest BATs in the game. And it's going to be a lot of slashes in the Omni and Swift Slash here.
Yeah. Even better if you had an Oracle with an axe, John.
Oh yeah.
BAT. Be amazing.
I wish we'd see that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty hilarious. Like, Alc plus Oracle is still the combo we want to see, Mike. Never gonna happen, but it sounds pretty fun.
It does. Liquid, they do take a bottom tier 1. Tier 2 tower is still standing. Ari's been trying to creep skip the bot lane, but now he'll leave, realizing it's not too safe.
Radiant's middle tower.
Roshan, still about 20 seconds till we find out when it does respawn, though Liquid seem to be preparing to just secure the Roshan first before trying to go for another fight. See if they get lucky and it's going to be an early timer, because that's exactly what they would like right now, obviously. TSM, they'd much rather have the longer timer if they could. 45 seconds. Not too bad.
Pretty short. Again, TSM. They've tried every time they approach the Roche onto south. It doesn't feel great. Looks like Liquid assume a longer Roshan. To be fair, they don't take it immediately. I suppose it is going to be a bit of a longer one, so it should just walk its way up top. Getting ready for the dire side Roche. TSM. I don't know. It's such a hard game to recover from. Again, it has to be like perfect isolation, perfect targeting. Find TA2000 first, get Aurora off, kill him off before you can Omni and Swift Slash. Then try to isolate Nisha afterwards, but that's you fighting into that with an AoE Doom on Zai, so he's a concern. With his saves coming out from Insania. With the utility of Omar here as well, kiting them around with a blinding light. I know, it almost feels impossible for TSM to find any of those openings here.
Roshan's officially up. It hasn't made his walk up to the top lane yet. Liquid are still patiently waiting. TSM did have vision over the Roshan spawning, so they know it's coming. And here we are, Roshan making its grand appearance. Luckily not getting stuck anymore, which is a very good sign here for Liquid. It's TSM going to go for the 5-man smoke, realizing they cannot allow this to go the way of Liquid. Only Whitemon is lacking buyback right now. Literally every other person on the map has buyback available for this next fight. This will be the big one. Zai jumped immediately. Brawl's there with the chains. They'd love to burst down the Doom, but Zai has the BKB. It's going to be just fine to retreat. At least the BKB's down.
Man. The Medusa illusions cut Kasana's HP to half. Like, and you have to focus them down as well with Tomato. Like, so much attention has to be split up here on the side of TSM to find that angle. And TA2000 just melts the Roach all by himself quite fast.
He certainly does. They do have a blink up on Kasane. They could try to go for a steal attempt here, but it's not going to be that simple. Approaching the Roshan pit when Liquid are just surrounding it. Power Shot's going to give all the vision. TSM, they need to make a choice now. They're going to jump in. Bryle, easy with the Remnant. The Echo stop. It's stunning him up, and Bryle's got the Aegis. Bryle has got the Aegis, but can he survive the team fight? Jumping is there, the Axe going, and now the little shredder damage. Just bursting them. No chance for Liquid, or rather for TSM. So they do buy back again. Liquid trapped in a corner. Maybe this is the fight TSM did need. Roar is out. They've got TA2000. TA's down. He'll buy back into the fight. Trying to TP right back in onto Zai. Bryle, though, creating all kinds of chaos. Manisha, who hit the cheese, and Bryle's gone. Bryle's going to die back immediately. They are still chasing for more Liquid. They want more than just the Ember. They lost their Aegis for this. They've committed buybacks for this. The TSM, they will retreat with the other 4 heroes. But Liquid, they have a 5v4 advantage. Yeah. Without Bryle on the Ember available, they should have a decent time going high ground.
They should. Again, there's not too much to worry about here. And it's a big play from Bryle to get that steal. He jumps in. It looks a little bit late, but he snatches the Aegis plus the refresh shard. So a few less worries here that Liquid will have, but they still have 1 cheese at the very least on TA2000. There's still a tier 2 down bot, so Mega Creep's out of the question, but they could just rush tier 4s.
Liquid looking to put the finish on this game, number 2. TA2000, look how fast that tier 4 disappears. It's not taking too long. They've got to find a way to kill this Jug one more time. He's got no dieback if they do, or rather no buyback if they do. Tomato going to move in, TA2000 getting to work, and now the Axe out from Zai, locking down Ari for a moment, but the stop is going to protect as Whitemon setting up a decent fight. Yeah, Zai taking a lot of damage. TA2000, he's looking for that Omni. He'll pop the Swift Slash, and now the Omni Slash right through Kasane, though he's not taking enough damage yet, but he is down. He is down as the Ancient is being focused. They are buying back on TSM, trying to come back into this fight. Protect the Ancient. That is the objective for TSM. But TA is still going. So is Nisha. They are ignoring heroes. Swift Slash in onto Whitemon, but the Ancient is falling way too low. They can't protect it. Liquid will get the 2-0 victory. TSM denied a win, denied a tie in this series. And this makes for some very awkward group stage antics.